And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 284. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, I am going to be having a conversation with MBA. This is going to be his first appearance on the show, and hopefully, later on down the road, maybe like a year from now, 2 years from now, we'll have him on again. There was a situation that ended up happening basically last week as far as like Twitter and Rumble, and I was tagged in it by someone that's been on the channel before. And as you guys know from myself, I always look at things for myself, and I usually always try to let a situation play out before I ever like say what I really feel about it, unless I've already been in the situation and then know what's been going on behind the scenes or how I've seen it unfold in front of me. So there was the situation that unfolded with our guest here for today's episode of the MSK show. And I was like, why is no one giving this guy a platform to like say what really happened? I know he has his own shit, and his own shit is very successful because he's big. He's got Rumble. His Rumble channel does very well. His Twitch channel does very well. He has his own website. This is the guy that obviously has his own business. He's got a couple kids. He has a wife. So, you did everything right in life. You're successful at this point. So, when someone's kind of trying to give you an opinion, it's like, dude, what are you talking to? Like, what the hell? But I do want to give a shout out to I think it was the white guy you talked to on Rumble, Colt 45. Colt. Yeah. So I was like, hey, he kind of deactivated his Twitter account. Is there any way to talk to NBA? He was like, talk to him through Discord. I was like, okay, got you. So we talked through Discord. We set it up. I nuts about the NBA. Don't worry, I got you, man. I understand how you feel, dude. Give me a shot. Everyone that comes on the show always understands where I'm coming from, because people think I wouldn't agree with them. You'd be surprised, actually. So,
well, I reactivated my X account, but see, here's the thing with my X account.
Yeah,
it was never meant for what I was using it for. I didn't even create that X account. When I had my website built, the company that built my website also created the X account because it was used to promote the website. And I got away from that purpose by doing other dumb shit on it. And when I moved away from that company I was working with, now because I actually do my own hosting and everything with my website instead of having a company do it for me. So it's completely under my control. And they said, well, since you're not working with us anymore, you can just do your own X account. And instead of using it to promote, I was doing dumb fuckery with it. But what I did is I reactivated it. I removed everything. Only thing on it now is content from my website. I'm just going to use it like it was meant to be used. I'm going to promote my website, and I'm just not going to argue with people no more. Because I realized from the other day, all those people just start creating lies about me, for no reason. And ever since I showed the proof that they all lied on me, they all went silent. Suddenly they all wanted to change topics. That silver, whatever, that silver cup dude, that Joker dude, that Hollywood loser, the dude with the mask on, they were all calling me everything. But after I streamed the actual evidence of what happened, they all just shut up. They all decided, I want to work on my content again. And they're gatekeepers. They think they control Rumble. They don't want anybody else barging in. The thing is, I'm better on Rumble than all of them combined. And I'm not even trying that hard. Rumble's easy, if you ask me. I get more views than them. I get more people showing up than them, more everything. And they didn't like it. So
before we get into that,
yeah.
I want to ask you one thing before we get into that. So outside of using your Twitter account to promote your website, will you also be using it to promote your streams too? Does that count?
Like, no, I'm just going for now. I'm just going to promote my website.
Okay.
Yeah, and like later on, I'm going to probably promote my Twitch streams when I do them. But like I'm in the process of moving a lot of my operation back to Twitch where it was, because my Twitch is starting to pick up again now that I've started using it again. I've picked up 31 subs in like 2 days. My views are picked up. I'm finally back in the algorithm where people started following the channel again. So yeah, I'm just building it up even more. And then I'm probably going to leave Rumble in the dust. It's just not worth it anymore.
So let's start from what had happened. For a lot of you guys who don't know, because I was tagged in this, so I looked at the situation myself to see what has been going on. So basically, there was a guy named JT who was trying to basically stay in the Rumble Creator Program. That is basically, you apply for it, and they have these criteria to basically get into the program to make actual money on the platform. If you are not in that program, Rumble is essentially worthless, like I've been saying on Twitter, because you literally make nothing. I have streamed on Rumble ever since 2023, hundreds of hours, and the streams make, I showed you guys, about 9 cents. So the difference between being in the creator program versus actually being in it is a massive difference. So when people say, oh, but you don't have to be in the program, no, there's a difference there. There's a massive difference. I can show you guys right now. I have hundreds of hours put into Rumble. My shit is like, makes like 9 cents, 10 cents. I don't need the money. I don't care. I have money. I got a job. I do this for fun. I know NBA, he had said on his stream, people don't really do this for, I genuinely do this for fun. I literally have a decent job. I have money. I don't even care. I'm literally doing this because I just generally like streaming myself. But I know other people are doing this for money as a side hustle to maybe like help their family, help with their bill situation, which is fine. But if you're trying to do that situation with your family and trying to make some extra money for yourself, you need to actually be in the program because you will make nothing without it. And someone said, well, you can just have donations like you said on Twitch where you can get donos or gifted subs. All that is worthless without being in the program. All that's worthless. You will make
well, the thing is, nobody believes whenever you say you do Rumble or anything just for the hell of it, nobody believes it. Here's the thing. I'll just take one of my bad months, just a bad month offline.
I love his random flexing. I like this
I
dude
still
so
make
much.
about $8,000 a month on a bad month. I mean, I've owned my business for 15 years and it makes money. I'm not going to
more money. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I started a business when I got out of prison. By the way, I got out of prison and started a business. So nobody handed this to me. And I busted my ass and built this business up for 15 years. And now I can truly say I come online and stream for fun because nothing I get paid online, man, the money that Rumble paid me today, that wouldn't even pay my wife's car bill. Okay, that wouldn't even pay for new tires on her car.
That's what I told people. This imaginary money people think is you can make with streaming, you got to put in years and years and years of fucking.
Well, Colt just posted his payout from Rumble from the program. He posted his. He got $160.
That would be like that wouldn't even cover my rent. That would be pathetic. But 160.
I mean,
that's
the reason I'm shifting back to Twitch is simple.
Yeah,
they keep adding so many unworthy people to this program, and there's only a small pot that everybody draw from. The reason the money I'm getting keeps going down because they keep inviting new people into the thing. There needs to be a cutoff. And when you got people like going back to the beginning, this JT guy who needs help to stay in the program every month. And I went back and checked to make sure I was accurate. Every month since he's been in the program, at the last week of each month, he queues up on X begging people for help. Hey guys, I don't think I'm going to make it this time. He does it every month. He doesn't deserve it if all these people have to keep flooding to his channel to save him.
Right. I also want to add to your point, just in that one. But apparently Rumble is this big community where everyone loves each other and likes each other. Then why does that guy, because these people say he's autistic, so okay, I'll be fair here. So I'll just say this. If Rumble's a community of people that love each other, why does he have to ask you guys to watch his content? Wouldn't you just be watching it because you're a community that love him? Right?
Well, I already made that point. I said, if y'all are really, truly friends of this guy, why do y'all wait till the last day of July to get him over the finish line?
But he knows it too. He knows that same thing. I don't think he's that.
They're not really friends with him. Here's the thing. They used him as a catalyst to attack me. Because that's all it was. Because here's what happened after the whole event. JT put a video up on X accusing me of trying to take away his First Amendment rights. So what I did is I literally took what I said to him on X and I put it up on the screen while I played his video. And it completely exposed him as a liar. And then I said, you know what? I actually had mercy on him because he's autistic and all this and this. But see, my mercy literally went out the window because I am a Sith Lord. I don't care anymore. And I told him, I don't care about him. his autism. I don't care about the brother and sister who got together to create his ass. I don't care. And I said that on my stream. And they was like, oh, you're such a mean person. Man, I'm going to tell you like this. You want to know the only way to make it in content creation? You got to wake up every day, roll out of bed, and say, fuck the whole world. Because they're going to definitely say, fuck you. Okay, the guys that are at the top, they don't care about anybody but themselves and their platform. That's why they're at the top. All these people holding hands, dancing around the campfire, pretending to be friends, they're all the ones at the bottom. Period.
So let's start from what happened, because people were just going crazy that day. You were tagged because JT was asking for help for more hours to stay in the partner program. You said literally just get some haters because the people that are supporting you don't watch that shit. That's just literally being truthful, because if they were watching, he would need to ask. Obviously, that's just 1 + 1 = 2 situation. Then Comics Dad, who's someone that's been on the channel before, he tagged me in it, and I was like, what the hell's going on? Because I literally didn't know. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm going to work. I'm over here like hating that I gotta go to work at 1 to 9. Like, all right, okay, let's read. And I'm like, you're going back and forth. People are like, what is going on here? It seems to be because a bunch of people were tagged in it. And then
but the thing is, I didn't start shit talking until that guy came in and started talking shit to me. Because you saw the two things that I said to JT. I told him to get some haters, and I told him that all that friendship stuff, that friendship crap don't work. I said that's it. And then I posted a picture of my stats on Rumble showing how well I was doing. That's all I said to him. That comics dude came in, ran his mouth, and then funny thing is, he was the first person to start the block party because he blocked me first before I even got to finish saying anything to him.
Yeah.
And then he went and tagged the owner of Rumble and tried to get me removed. And then Silver Fox and all those other people who are a community, they all tagged the owner of Rumble.
You had the Mastering Rumble account.
Yes, all of them tagged the owner and said, we don't need this kind of negativity on Rumble. Let me tell you something about Rumble. Rumble is the home of misfit toys. Everybody that's on Rumble came from YouTube and Twitch and Kick and everywhere else. So these people, they come on the Rumble and they try to pretend like they're brand new people because they're on Rumble. No, you're the same people. You just came onto a new platform. That's it. But you're still the same asshole you was on YouTube. You're still the same asshole you was on Twitch. So coming to Rumble don't change the fact that you're an asshole.
Because I didn't understand the fact of all this community backlash you got when you didn't really do anything wrong. Because I was really trying to look through the thread and be like, what did this person do wrong? Like, because Rumble is supposed to be a place where freedom of speech, that's their biggest thing. That's their biggest thing. I always talk about, we're freedom of speech. We allow anyone to be here, which is a detriment to the actual platform itself. But their freedom of speech. So it's weird that people would tag the owner because he wouldn't ban. You didn't say this stuff on Rumble to JT initially. You said this shit on Twitter. Like, what?
Well, it's because everybody's natural thing when they don't like you is to try to get you banned. That's why I said it doesn't matter that you're on Rumble. You brought that same bullshit from YouTube, that flagging people crap. That's the same mentality as Twitch, YouTube, Kick. They all do it. So they still like flagging people that they dislike, but now on Rumble, flagging doesn't work. You can flag somebody 8 million times, and the next day they'll still be there. And that's what they were. So instead of flagging me, they literally tried to make a plea directly to the owner. They even tried to talk to that Rick dude, the development dude that's on there.
Yeah.
They even tried to get him to ban me. Here's the funny part. That dude actually follows me.
He never, and to be fair, to his credit, he never really gets involved in any of that stuff. He really just kind of does the tech work for everyone. I'll say Rick, to his credit, that's very good. He shouldn't get involved in that stuff.
No, he didn't bite. They tried to get him to bite and he wouldn't bite. But it's like I told people, the problem with Rumble is very simple. There are no rules, and Kick started out the same way. The reason why Kick is growing and Rumble is not is because Kick instituted rules. Kick put law and order on the platform, and you can't just have the Wild West online. It doesn't work. All the platforms that are doing Wild West are dead. Okay, Odyssey is dead. BitChute is dead. DLive is dead. Rumble is dead because they all have this no rules policy, and look at all of them. Nobody uses these sites barely. And whenever there's a big creator Rumble can offer them as much money as they want. They won't sign with Rumble unless they have no other place to go. Dr. Kid Inspect signed with Rumble because he couldn't go back to Twitch and because YouTube demonetized his channel.
And
But
then guess what happened? Once he got his monetization back,
yep, he's back on YouTube.
I'll show you guys this right now because you brought that up on your stream, and I was like, and I'll show you guys right now what Dr. Disrespect has done right now. Not what he, because we're gonna talk about what he did, but right here, this dude, right when he got his monetization back, literally barely has touched Rumble. So I want you guys to look at the actual dates of time. Let me make it a little bit bigger right here. That's 125. Let me make it 150 right here. Okay, so you got 10 hours. Okay, 1 day, 3 days ago, 6 days ago, 7, 9, 10, 13. Once he literally got his monetization back on YouTube, barely streamed here in over a month. He recently started picking it up again. But you can see just the amount of difference of money you can make on YouTube versus Rumble. Like it's just,
well, the reason he's picked it back up again, because when you sign a contract, there are contractual obligations.
It's true.
And he has to meet those obligations or Rumble can void the contract. And as much as he hates streaming on Rumble, he don't want to give up 25 million. I mean, who would give up $25 million?
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's why he's been back on Rumble. But I looked at his stream the other day. He had like 2,000 people watching.
And you know what's crazy? When Dr. Disrespect it was rumored that he was coming to Rumble. It was like this big, like, open secret. I don't get why Rumble was pushing that, because at the time it was going through all these allegations, and he comes out and says basically word for word, because I remember that tweet when it happened. He said, "Were there inappropriate conversations I have with this person?" And he said yes. And then he edited his tweet 3 times and then took it down. And then people have the ball and nerve to say that he didn't do it when he literally admitted that he did.
Well,
literally admitted that he did.
I'll be honest with you. I've learned the hard way that people online don't care what their favorite creators do. There's a guy on YouTube here, Seth the Programmer. I call him Seth the Pro Groomer. He literally got busted trying to force a 16-year-old girl to send him nude photos. He even admitted to doing it. A bunch of people unsubbed from him. He lost like 50,000 subs in like a week. Not even 2 weeks after the thing happened, all those people subbed back to his channel and started back watching his content. Vosh, remember the shit he got caught up in with weird lolly pictures and stuff? He done already gained his audience back from that. So people don't care what their favorite creators do. It's called fake outrage. They're only outraged because somebody else is outraged. But once the outrage dies down, these people go right back and sub to these channels. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, apparently people don't like individuals like Nick Fuentes and Sneeko, but they're the ones that have the biggest platforms, apparently. It's so weird how people don't like those people, yet they always follow them and watch their stuff no matter what happens.
The reason people don't like Sneeko is because Sneeko, his opinion changes based on what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like when he was part of Red Pill and Andrew Tate, he had an opinion. Yeah. Then he did Black Pill and had an opinion. And then he went Muslim and then he got an opinion. His opinion keeps switching. He even had an opinion when he was following Kanye West around, pretending to be a part of his clique. And that's why people don't like Sneeko, because his opinion is adjustable based on who he's hanging with and what he's doing. The reason people don't like Nick Fuentes is because everybody likes to pretend that they're all against racists, even though Rumble is the most racist platform I've ever seen. It's literally loaded with white supremacists, neo-Nazis, KKK members, but they try to pretend like that's not what the website is about. I got called a gorilla. I got called a monkey. I got called a black ghetto thug. All of that stuff, just because I told that dude to get him some haters.
It's so weird.
All of it came from these Rumble ambassadors.
Because I remember when the ambassador program came out, and I was like, hey, if you want to suck off the platform that much, sure, go ahead. But you're not going to convince me this platform doesn't suck in many areas, because they're literally trying to convince you the platform doesn't suck when it literally does. They still have not fixed latency. So you're like the only stream on Rumble that I watch just on my phone, because I typically don't like watching streams on my phone going to work because they just, connection and everything. I watched your stream when it first happened, and it would just freeze. Because everyone talks about if you watch on your phone, it just randomly freezes. That's not been fixed.
It's Rumble Studio. The Rumble Studio,
and that is complete garbage.
It's
Rumble
completely
Studio is
flawed.
Yeah,
it's flawed. It really is. And the thing that's the problem with Rumble is they say that they're for free speech. but they force you to use Rumble Studio. They force you to read ads. They force you to pretend like you're down with stuff. Like they want you to read ads like propping up Donald Trump or telling everybody how much you care about Trump and all this. And I, only ads that I was reading are like the techie crap, like the game controllers, shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not reading the political stuff because I don't want nothing to do with none of that. I don't care what these people do in Washington. But the way that Rumble is set up right now, they have the only premium package that forces you to pay money in order to be a part of the partner program.
Mega Man says, yo, it'll be nostalgic to see NBA on YouTube again, even though it's just for this interview. Oh, thank you for being here, Mega Man. Night Owl 21, what's up, people? Yeah, oh, that's Ukiora. That's a nice profile picture. Cypher, what's up, dudes? Nice to meet you too. I only watch someone's content if it's good, not because of sympathy. Yeah. But this is something that a lot of you guys will never know. Like a lot of people, when they have like certain things happen, will say they'll support you. They'll say they have your back. They don't watch your shit. And that's what I learned streaming after all, because it'll be my 10-year anniversary streaming this year when it comes to October. You guys got to understand this. Trying to appeal to like your peers is worthless because
I have a
competition
saying
too.
I have a saying on my streams: if you listen to the fans, you'll be sitting with them. I don't care what the fans say. I don't care if you in my chat. I also say this: you're here to watch me. I'm not here to watch you. And I also tell them shut up and watch or shut up and leave. Because here's the thing. There's no written rule to say you have to kiss ass and show respect and bow down to people just because they follow your content. That's why we have online worship. That's why we have people that no matter how stupid their content creator is, that because they worship this person and follow this person, they can never see this person as being wrong. And here's what happens on YouTube, especially. Let's say you're arguing with somebody, and let's say you're 100% accurate with everything you're saying. Let's say the person you're arguing with is 100% wrong, but they have a bigger channel than you. YouTube is set up like this. Well, he has a bigger channel, so he must be right. That's how YouTube operates. And no matter how much you fight against it, if your channel is small and their channel is big, they're going to win because they're going to use the number one tool. They're going to say, you just talking about me for clout. You hating on me for views. And once they say that, your argument is dead, no matter what you say.
And the same thing happens on Rumble most of the time. You'll have people that'll be like trying to tell me to my face that Rumble isn't worthless. I'm like, how is Rumble not worthless? First of all, the platform has not been growing in viewers.
Nope.
Right? The channels do not organically grow because my biggest thing is I already have a lot of viewers over here, and I already have viewers on X. I also on Twitch right now. I can stream on Twitch. I'll have more followers, viewers over there. I have no problem putting in work for the long haul of something, as I have worked my whole life. I have no problem with that. But if the platform is not organically growing, why am I not allowed to call that out? If it's not organically growing, that means that everyone's audiences are basically spread so thin that if one of the persons streaming, everyone goes to that person if they like that person more, and then you're just shut out of luck. So where's that community of people? I've never been rated. I've never been featured, and I grew on Rumble. Never been. Not anything's happened. And none of that community bullshit people were telling me was true. I mean, maybe it is true. I don't see it. None of that shit. But if you're not the chosen one in friend groups with these people, then you're no one to them. They literally will pick out a random person they like, and that person gets all that shit. But if
I had somebody tell me today that $399 is better than nothing. And I told them for 4,700 hours of streaming time. That's how many hours I streamed on Rumble in the month of July. 4,700 hours. I said, if I would have streamed that many hours on Twitch or YouTube, I would have got way more money than that. I would have had a few thousand at least. I said, so the fact that Rumble is ripping everybody off, here's another thing you can look up. You can look up the live stats of all these streaming websites.
I have.
Rumble can't even reach 100,000 live people on its site. And I've been checking every day. Right now, it's at like 69,000 live people.
Right.
Kick is at 1.4 million. Twitch is at 3 million and YouTube is at 7 million. That's live people per day. Rumble can't even get 100,000 live people And that's even with all these big conservatives on there.
Even when they had Dan Bongino, they still couldn't get it.
And that's because Rumble does not grow, because Rumble, they can't get advertisements. See, I know people hate ads, but advertisers help push platforms.
They do, yeah.
And that's how YouTube got so big. Advertisers wasn't just paying YouTube, they were pushing YouTube as well. They link YouTube to everything. They embed YouTube in everything. You want to know the only platform that doesn't embed naturally into all these different things? Like let's say most of the streaming platforms. Like I use XSplit to stream. There's literally a tag on there for YouTube, Twitch, Kick, everything. But when Rumble pops up, it doesn't. You have to use a custom stream because Rumble doesn't pop up on there, because Rumble is not connected to anything. And it's the owner's fault because he refuses to install rules. They asked him last year. They said, all we want is for a real moderation system. All we want is for a system to stop the crazy stuff that people say, a system to stop the trolling that's going on. And we want people like Russell Brand to be removed. He's on trial for rape. Okay? He should not be streaming. And that said, if you do that, we will advertise on Rumble. We'll give you billions of dollars to grow your business. The guy said no, because we believe in free speech. He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. The Dunkin' Donuts out that other, and besides Dunkin' Donuts, there was another like alcohol company in LA. They said they would stream on they said they would, advertise on Rumble, but you had to remove Steven Crowder and Alex Jones.
Yep. And the reason is because Steven Crowder and Alex Jones are two of the biggest liars on the internet. Like every time they say something, you can honestly go anywhere and fact check it and see that they're lying. Okay. It's so simple. And they refuse to remove them. And I'm sorry, Kick removed a shit ton of people. Apple told them, if you want us to put your app on our Apple Store, we need this list of people removed, and we need these rules put in place. And Kick said, you know what? Let's do it. They got put on the app because they got rid of a bunch of horrible streamers who were on there causing trouble. They got rid of all the porn stars. They got rid of people like what's his name, Zerka and Heel Mike. They got rid of them.
That one dude who would constantly keep crashing his cars.
Yes, they got rid of him. And the reason is because they knew by being put on the Apple app, that was going to be access to millions, if not billions, of new customers. And that's why Kick started growing and Rumble didn't. And then on top of it, Rumble's app is trash. It barely works.
Rumble's app is actually trash.
Their studio awful. Barely works. It's a shit platform.
So my problem was that Rumble also needs an algorithm to create people to go to different channels. But then the owner and Rick, I'm not trying to bash Rick. He's not really a bad dude, but they can't be wasting all of this money on Rumble Studio when the platform needs other things to be successful immediately. Like if they want success immediately and for people to come over to the platform and stream on it, you need an algorithm. That should be priority number one, and getting the average person to create content there. Like the average person is going to be like, I'm going to create content on YouTube and Twitch or Kick or whatever. Well, yeah, because they're really like they're very viewer friendly. You could just get in and you start going.
Well, he said he's not putting in an algorithm because he felt like an algorithm would go against free speech, because he said YouTube's algorithm goes against free speech, and he don't want to put one on Rumble for that reason.
Shit.
He actually said that.
My brain.
He was asked about an algorithm, and he straight up said he feels like an algorithm would interfere with people's free speech. That's why Rumble doesn't have one.
People would freely get to decide who they want to support. That's
but he don't look. You got to understand, these right wing dudes like him, they believe this right wing shit about white victimhood. They believe in all this hardcore Nazism stuff. They believe in this white supremacist stuff, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Rumble is literally finna be Mixer 2.0. Remember, Mixer gave all of the big people money and couldn't support anyone else. Rumble is literally doing the same shit. I give it another 2 years at most. I will say this. I think there will be a couple of Republican right-wing influencers that'll give them enough money to stay afloat. and keep in mind, also the reason why I think that is because there's a lot of, remember, every day on Twitter, the Rumble CEO is talking about Bitcoin, integrating Tether and all these other Bitcoin cryptocurrency exchanges to be on the platform. It's like, if your platform is really successful, you need to add in all these cryptocurrencies. Because remember, every day on Twitter, the CEO was always bragging about, we have the biggest, highest viewed streamers. No, you
It was
don't.
a lie.
That was a lie. You just
See,
look,
they use
yeah.
AI to auto inflate the numbers because
Or definitely view botting for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
listen, I've done 4 or 5 streams on Rumble just this week about view botting. I've shown 100% proof that people are doing it, and I just decided today. I said, you know what? I was doing a video game stream this morning on my gaming channel, and I told everybody I'm not gonna waste my breath on it anymore. I don't care, because Rumble don't care. The people that are doing it don't care. The only time they cared about view botting is when they were accusing me of doing it, which I wasn't. And other than that, they don't. Even that JT guy they were defending is buying views. I showed proof that he's buying views.
Clearly see it, yeah.
And they don't care because he's a part of their family and he's autistic. You know, having autism gives you a pass to be a cheating, lying piece of crap.
Do you remember when the Rumble Creator Program first existed after that bullshit smaller creator program that was before that? That the smaller creator program before they had this new program was
better.
I actually liked it better. It was a little bit better. Because and what's crazy is I had every requirement known to man to be in it. I still wasn't.
Well, the only thing you had to do on that original one is you had to stream at least 5 days a week. I remember that. That's all you had to do was stream 5 days.
You get like $500. I remember that.
Yeah, you automatically got $500 at the end of it. And then after that, they instituted this bullshit where you got to read ads, and like a bunch of my guys have already started canceling their Rumble Premium because I told them after I finish out this month of this bullshit, tomorrow I'm gonna be on Twitch. The next day I'm gonna be on Twitch. All of next week I'm gonna be on Twitch.
It's not like Mr. Krabs, remember? It was like the next day and the next.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that last week of the month and finish out what I need to do the partner program, just so I can get what little bit of money they give me, and then I'm done with it. Because by the time that happens, if I just keep streaming on Twitch, by the time this all happens, I'll get a fat payday off of Twitch.
Sure.
I can get $500 or $600 easy off Twitch. So, I'm not finna be fucking around with this Rumble shit, because look, a lot of people like it because they say, I don't like Twitch because of the advertisements. Okay, now I'm forced to read ads during the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like ads, then why are those okay?
That was my number one thing that I was going after this past weekend when it came to Rumble. And people thought, oh, well, you just don't like Rumble. Actually, I really don't. I literally said, Rumble is a worthless platform. Now, the reason why I was saying these things is because you have Rumble Premium to not watch ads. Mm-hmm. Then they're going to have you read ads to people. I want people to understand how stupid that is of a concept. I pay for this to not have this, and that directly supports your platform. But then you are not even giving me the benefit of that thing that I'm paying you for. So why am I paying you this? Because to apply for the Rumble Creator Program, different from the other one they had, now you have to be a Rumble Premium member, just in general, and you have to use Rumble Studio. So you have to use subpar streaming software, and you have to pay for their on-website ad blocker to be a part of the program in general, then to be accepted into it. You also have to obviously have the hours and everything and all that watch time. And then what really threw me off, dude, was that was a viewer engagement thing. You know how when he announced, we're going to push people, we feel like creators aren't being pushed enough. Now we're going to add a 20 engagement like 20 unique chatters. Twitch only needs 3. Twitch, much bigger than Rumble, only requires you to have 3 average viewers. Rumble wants you to have 20. Where do you get these 20 people? Do they follow?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. People have learned how to game that system. The other day, this guy put a screenshot on X where he already had 60 chatterers, but he hadn't even done a single stream yet. See, they done figured out how to game that system already. He hadn't even done a single stream. Right. And he posted and said, hey, guys, I already got my chatter. And I looked, I was like, wait a minute. He has 0 hours streamed, no live streams. How did he do this? Easy. They're going online. They done found a website or something where you can buy people to talk in your chat. You can pay for chatters. That's all it is.
And for sure, pyramid scheme. Because I was really legitimately trying to ask people, where would a smaller creator get those chatters from? Because the point of the program, as we've pointed out, is supposed to like boost your channel, all that stuff. How is a smaller channel supposed to get 20 unique chatters on a platform that doesn't grow organically? Do those are we talking like flying pigs and tooth fairies exist? Because I don't got those people on Rumble.
All of my growth is people get pissed off at something that they hear me say and they come to watch.
To be fair, would you call that rage baiting essentially?
No, it's not. It's called being infamous. It's like I tell people, don't try to be famous, be infamous. Because when you try to be famous, fame runs out. Infamy doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other thing that is always brought up is now this ad read thing. So you all these people paying for Rumble Premium, and the people in the program are pushing. Well, like, because I remember when it was first announced the day after your thing, people were like, I don't really want to do this. I don't want to have to promote things that I've never tested or tried myself. And then a bunch of them still ended up doing it because they want those sweet Rumble bucks.
Yeah, they want, like old Colt here got his $160. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I feel look, I got $400 today, but I did more streams and got more hours and more everything than the first time when I got $1,300. And I know what it is. It's because Rumble they keep adding people to this thing. They're not kicking people out because people like this JT guy, folks keep coming to his rescue. So he keeps on drawing off of the thing, and there's only so much money to go around.
Yeah.
Had they not given that money to Dr. Kid Inspect, then they would have more money to pay people for this.
We were told that Dr. Disrespect was supposed to basically push Rumble Gaming. He got like an equity stake in the company and everything. And I hate when you get these empty promises. Let's look at all the people that Rumble have had on their platform. This is the ones I can remember. I'm pretty sure you'll remember them too. Miss Kiff was there. Sneeko was there. Kai Sinet and iShow Speed did like a 4-episode thing. Then obviously never seen there again. Yep. Yeah, Dr. Disrespect barely has pretty much shown that he's not really that invested in the platform anymore. You had Rice Gum. He was there. All these people.
Rice Gum was there for a month. They paid him millions of dollars for 1 month, and then he quit.
And then people wonder why this platform doesn't grow. Because it's not that they don't have money. I'll understand they have money. They're wasting it, and they're not good with money. They are literally wasting money on straight up useless individuals. And keep in mind what happened. After those streamer contracts pretty much blew up in their face, guess what Rumble did, everyone? They went with this TV format where you're going to have all of your favorite big streamers, not smaller ones because they don't promote smaller people. All of them get to be cycled like a TV, or like a broadcast news network. So you get like that Viva guy quartering, then you get like Steven Crowder, all those other
I call it quartering the bothering. I've been calling him that for years.
And they cut his contract. He was like, well, my contract got renegotiated. No, they didn't want you. They pretty much gave you some pennies to be there. That's what really happened.
Well, that's because he's boring as hell. He's always been boring. He literally sits there. Yeah. He talks with this monotone, dry ass tone. He's never excited about the stuff he's talking about. And he's a faker because he never cared about these right-wing conservative talking points. Now, all of a sudden, he cares about the right wing. This dude was a left-wing gaming channel before he became a right-wing conservative channel. He's a fake. All of them are. All these people on the right wing, they're just getting that good billions of dollars because the right-wing media is way bigger than left-wing media. Way bigger. And these people it feels keep like going over there.
It feels like the people that support the right-wing people shell out more money than the left-wing people do. That's what I see. I could be wrong.
If I was to completely change my format on Rumble, if I spent every day bashing gay people and trans people, if I spent every day telling Donald Trump how great he was, then I guarantee you my shit would blow up 3 times as much. Mm-hmm. But I have too much pride as a man to go online and suck off a bunch of people I don't care about. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care what they offer. I don't believe in that crap.
Like you had Tim Cass that came on there, and he was very apprehensive of joining Rumble because, there's legit almost no viewership there. Like, if you're someone that is in that like TV style format they're doing now, where they're just basically creating all the big people at the top and everyone else gets to fight for scraps. Yeah, and keep on, guys, that's all in politics. Politics on Rumble gets you views. Being in the gaming section doesn't. Like, you have all these gaming people fighting for scraps. Nothing. they're fighting for nothing, honestly. Like,
Well,
what is the
the
point?
thing is, it actually is a pyramid scam when you think about it. Because here's the classic pyramid scam. Here's how pyramid scams are set up. Okay.
Mhm.
The people at the bottom who want to get into the program, they're the ones that pay. They pay all the money, and then the money all goes to the top. And then someone like Dr. Kid Inspect gets the money. Like all of us paying for Rumble Premium to be in the partner program, we're literally paying up to the pyramid. It's like the mob where all the soldiers pay up to the captains, and then the captains pay up to the boss. Well, that's what Rumble is. And I didn't have a problem with it when they were being fair, but the money I got today was not fair. It was trash, and that's when I realized I made the smart move by going back to Twitch. It was smart because the time I done spent on my Twitch account has been worth it. I have built it back up from nothing, from a Twitch account that was banned for 2 years, and now I literally rolling again. And that's where I'm going to be the next couple of weeks. Fuck Rumble.
Yeah. And I mean, people were literally telling me, but do you feel like you're owed money just for streaming? I'm like, no, I'm not owed anything. I'm not saying I'm owed anything. What I'm bringing up is the fact that I would hope the platform is doing the best that it can to grow organically.
You're not owed money for streaming. You're owed money for your time. Your time is a million times more important than streaming. Here's the thing. If somebody dedicates a month of their time streaming on your platform and hours and hours and hours on end, then you owe them for their time.
Mm-hmm.
Period. That's what I believe. Here's what they should have done with this dumbass partner program. It should have been a guaranteed amount of money. Like it should be like at least $1,000 guaranteed, and then you stack on top of that 1,000, like whatever you get in like donations or subs or whatever. But the minimum should be 1,000, and then go up from there. I feel like by them just leaving it open the way they did, they can just pay you whatever. And I don't think that shit is right.
They didn't have a dashboard. Remember that? They didn't have a dashboard to show you the statistics of what content works, what content doesn't work until recently. And even that shows you just how much chump change they're actually paying you. Like I legitimately, guys, had people tell me, but you're not owed money for streaming. I never said I wanted money for streaming. What I said was that I would hope the platform is doing the best it can to actually grow itself to bring in more viewers and eyes to the platform. If they're not doing that, then what good are you doing? Because everyone keeps saying, well, Rumble is just only going to be focused on politics. Well, that's only in one section. What about cooking? What about gardening? Any of that shit that YouTube has. Twitch has IRL streams that are big. Kick does too. Rumble has none of that.
I made my own niche. Like I just blazed my own path on Rumble because they only care about political stuff. Every day, the top streams are political streams, and all of it is sucking off Donald Trump all day long. Honestly, that right there, it ain't even the money anymore that makes me not want to be on Rumble. It's as soon as you log on there, the very first thing you see at the top is somebody saying how great Trump is and how bad the Democrats are. And even if you don't care about politics, they throw that shit in your face. They said they were going to put a thing in place to help people like basically customize their own front page based on the things that you look at.
That was for new people, he said. He said, and they new, then you get that.
But they didn't even do it for them neither. Yeah. They didn't do it for them neither.
That was Rick. And that's his L right there. Because Rick said, new people get that. Yeah.
I tested it. I made a brand new account from scratch, brand new email, everything. Just made up a fake person and started a Rumble account. And as soon as I jumped on there, Tim Pool, quartering, Donald Trump, Republicans, Democrats suck, all the way down the page. And I was like, yeah, they didn't fix this. It's still this political bullshit.
They just lie. I don't even know why because you know what's crazy is that when someone in Rumble will say that they're doing something, you have a bunch of these seal clappers, as I call them. They'll be like, yeah, man, Rumble W, all this bullshit. It's like, you guys are clapping for shit that's basic. You're clapping for a platform to get an algorithm. Really? That's what we have to clap for?
Well, did you see where they finally fixed it to where people that are sub to you can look at your premium content?
I did see that.
Instead of having to sub and buy premium. And I was thinking to myself, why wasn't that already a thing?
They know these things, but they want to basically have these kind of like, it's like when a corporation does this thing of like, hey, we invented this. It's like, no, you didn't. but they want the praise of doing it.
Rumble is, by my estimation, Rumble is about 14 years behind YouTube. And I'm talking
That's
about
being
technology.
generous. That's being
Yeah,
generous.
based on technology, they're about 14 years behind.
Good. Like, the only thing that Rumble has as good is that template thing they have on their stream. So if you guys live stream on their platform, you could just hit a button to save all your streaming shit and links and everything. You can just go live. That's actually very good. I actually like that's like the one good thing about their platform. But that's like one good thing in like 20 different things.
The thing is, Twitch has that too.
Yeah.
I can literally click a button right now and not have to mess with anything, and I could go live on Twitch. So here's the problem with Rumble. They figured out a way to shortchange people, and they figured out a way to gaslight people into thinking being played is a good thing. You like these Rumble ambassadors, as soon as Rumble said they were adding the ad read things, Lumpy Potatoes, Silver Fox, all these usual suspects are all on X. This is a good thing, guys. This is going to make us all better streamers. No, it's not. And I'm already a better streamer than all of you combined. I don't need to read stupid ads to hone my skills. I started on YouTube. I got banned off of YouTube because I was so good at roasting people that a loser that I call Eobard 101 literally called YouTube on his phone and got me banned. He called his partner manager. His partner manager they banned me off YouTube because I kept calling his ass a liar because he is a liar. Here's a hint. He kept telling people Dragon Ball Super was returning and it never returned. And he kept lying about it over and over, and I kept calling him out on it. Mm-hmm. And eventually he called his partner manager, and that's why I'm not on YouTube anymore.
And that's where a platform like Rumble could come in handy. Someone fucks you over, you can still stream. But even though you go to Rumble, it's not any better though. It's really so like it's literally go to Kick or Twitch, or you don't exist.
All I can say is this: I am glad that Twitch unbanned my account. Like, I got an email one day telling me that I was accepted into Twitch's forgiveness program because my Twitch account had been banned for 2 years straight. Because the same guy that got me banned on YouTube, he did the same thing on Twitch. He followed me over to Twitch and did the same shit and got me banned on Twitch for 2 years. I got lucky that they gave me my account back. And once they did, I kind of bounced back and forth. But this last few weeks, I have been steady on there, been slamming it. And it's been paying off. It's been paying off.
So there was one thing I will say, because you always talk about how, like, I'm not asking what you do to make money. That's not my business. Because you said you basically did all this after you got out of jail. I don't know what you did good in jail. Don't even care. But so you had a point where you had a low point in life and you built all the way back up.
Yep.
What's the advice that you would say to someone being at that low point to get to where you're at?
Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to look in the mirror and blame yourself. You can't, a lot of black people like to blame the white man. And now you got people a lot of men blame feminism. A lot of women blame misogyny. But the thing is, you got to be willing to look in the mirror. I realized that I put myself in prison by committing crimes. The white man didn't just come knock on my door and come and get me for no reason. So when I got out of prison, I made a promise to myself I would never get locked up again. And I would stop being a loser, because going to jail makes you a loser. And I'm not a fucking loser. And now, damn bug in my face. Sorry. I don't. And I just decided I'm going to do what I got to do. But because I had a criminal record, I couldn't get a regular job. Nobody would hire me. So I said, fuck it. And I literally started a janitorial business because I understood people will pay money always to get other people to do things that they don't want to do. That's how I think in business. And everything that I do that I make a shit ton of money for is stuff that other people don't want to do. They would rather simply pay somebody else. Say, I have a whole pressure washing company. I pressure wash parking lots. I go inside of restaurants, clean the exhaust systems. I pressure wash houses, driveways, all that stuff. I have a whole setup for that. And
so your thing was essentially you're going to make a lot of money doing shit that other people hate doing.
Yeah.
And
well, look, if your wife tells you, I need you to pressure wash the house and the driveway, and that's something that could take 4 or 5 hours, and maybe you don't have the necessary equipment, so you got to go to Home Depot, buy the pressure washer, or you could just call me, $500, and you could sit in there and watch the football game while your house and driveway is getting pressure washed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why my business is so successful, because people pay me because they don't want to do shit.
And I would imagine that went through days, years of sleepless nights, getting called in, all that shit. Because it feels like a lot of people don't want to work anymore.
Actually, my first 2 or 3 months, I didn't make any money. I had bill collectors calling left and right. It was bad. And I built myself into what I am now because I just kept doing it. I kept working. And a lot of people believe that if you work a manual labor job, that you're not as good as somebody that streams for a living. What these people online who stream for a living don't understand is that guy out there that just climbed up the pole to hook up your electricity and your Wi-Fi, that's the reason why you're able to stream. It ain't because you turned on your computer, because that guy went out there and climbed up that pole and connected them dangerous ass wires. That's why you can, like, we need to stop trying to spit on the real working men in this country.
I know what argument you're talking about. It was a few months ago, people were arguing on Twitter, because they're fucking idiots on there, that streaming is as easy as a 9 to 5. I'm like, that's one of those arguments where you don't even need to discuss it. It's just like, are you like retarded? Like, do you live in the real? That's how you know motherfuckers aren't living in the real world, or that they still live with their mom, because they are not living in the actual real world. If you think that turning on a button on a streaming platform is as easy as working at like a Starbucks or going outside and cutting weeds, like, what?
I'm gonna tell you like this,
God, man, I hate words.
Streaming is a hustle. You know, when people say streaming is a job, no, streaming is a hustle. Because if your channel gets banned right now, do you get unemployment? Do you get health benefits? No. But if you get fired from your job, you still get those things. You get unemployment payments to help you pay your bills, and you get to keep your health insurance for up to 6 months.
They still make you file taxes though. So
but does that happen on YouTube if you get your channel taken? Let's say if they demonetize you, do they give you a handout of free money to keep you going until you get your monetization back? No, because it's not a job. It's a hustle. The internet is a hustle. A hustle is something that you can do that is not a job, but you can make money at it. And that's what people need to understand. There's a difference between a job and a hustle.
It was just so weird that even Kai Cenat, or IShowSpeed, one of the biggest streamers in the world, said he did a manual labor job. And even he said he likes this more. I would imagine. I couldn't imagine you would like.
I'm going to keep it real. Anybody, and I don't care who you are, if you could make the kind of money that Kai Cenat makes streaming, you would never work a regular job again. But not everybody has that luxury. That's why I make sure to make my money offline so I can come online and have fun. I don't want to come on here and be pressured. Damn, am I going to make enough to make the rent this month? I don't want that. I don't want to feel like that when I'm streaming. And I don't feel like that. And also, being able to pay my bills without the money I get from the internet, it also guarantees that I'm allowed to say anything I want. I can say anything I want. And because what are you going to cancel me? Ooh, I don't care. My bills are still paid. Cancel me all you want. I don't give a shit.
Or you also have to worry about, not you. Like, you know, you said when you're streaming, you have to worry about if viewers are there. You also have to worry about, you know, as you know, in business terms, it ebbs and it flows, which means that there's going to be some months where your shit is just low because viewership is low, because that's how it works. If you truly
care about streaming, you don't even look at the number of people watching you.
But if you have it for a job, that's
if you're doing it for a job, you're a dumbass, first of all. But if you truly don't care, like me, listen, man, I don't care if it's 5 people or 35 people. I stream because I have stuff to talk about. I stream because I like telling the truth. I don't really give a shit about all this other stuff, feelings, emotions, friendship. None of that matters to me.
Kumbaya.
You know, hey guys, we're giving away a free PlayStation. I don't care. All that stuff is stupid. It's whack. It's lame. And I don't play them games. On my platform, I cut to the truth. If I hurt your feelings, then get your ass the hell off my channel. Simple as that. I don't really care about nothing else. The people who get banned the most on my channel are people that lie.
They stream because those people are afraid to deal with people face to face. Oh, yeah, I agree. Night Owl says, I've been working 12 hours back to back since Monday. Got to work again tomorrow. I'd like to see one of these big time streamers do that and not get exhausted. Even Kai Cenat went and worked at McDonald's, I think, for one of his IRL stream marathon shit he was doing. Have you ever seen him go back to work at the McDonald's for free? You never saw him do it again. He knew doing that what he saw the worst out of people. You work at those restaurants, you will see the worst out of people. You know, that's how it works. That's why these guys will never want to do that, and they always have to worry about.
It was a stunt, a publicity scheme. He didn't really care about it. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed, they're just the new generation of Etika. Black dudes that do really stupid shit for attention, because that's the only way that black men can actually blow up online. Is they got to do stupid shit, like put themselves in danger, all kinds of like that day when he set all those fireworks off and almost burned his house.
I remember that. Yeah,
that's the kind of dumb shit that black dudes have to do in order to grow online.
That's what the viewership on Twitch is. Dude, there's a League of Legends streamer. All he does is just yell weird, retarded shit out the screen. Yeah. I don't know what makes people like that. I can't do that. I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to just act crazy.
I had somebody follow me yesterday on Twitch, and he said, this is the first stream I've seen where somebody wasn't shaking their tits or promising to give me a PlayStation or blowing up something. Said it's the first stream where somebody's actually just sitting down talking about stuff. And he said, that's why I followed you. And then right after that, he subscribed to the channel because he was like, this is the first channel I've seen on here that's not doing dumb fuckery. Like, we're reaching this period, and I see it coming back. People are tired of these kids blowing up their houses. That prank shit where they pranking people in public. People are tired of people walking up with a microphone asking them stupid questions. Folks are getting tired of that shit. A guy got shot the other day trying to prank somebody at a mall. Kept messing with the guy. Guy pulled out a gun and shot him right there during the middle of his prank. He survived and tried to get the man arrested, but they was like, this is self-defense. You walked up to him, stuck a microphone and a camera in his face and started harassing him. People getting tired of that stuff, man.
Yeah. And it's all under this guise of trying to do the next biggest thing to get the most
next meta. It's the next meta. Like, I noticed when somebody does something that works, 100 other channels copy it. And then they burn it out. Like Kai Cenat, do you understand there's like 30 versions of him on Twitch that blow up
yeah, I've seen it.
They have like a big room full of nothing, just emptiness, and they got a chair sitting there and they blow up shit and there's like 100 of him.
Girls too. Girls like the chick, Sophie Rain. She doesn't get naked. Has an OnlyFans, makes like $76 million. All she does is do cringe little TikTok dances. Bunch of other girls start doing that for money. It's like, God damn, these are the role models for kids. These are the role models for young adults.
Men today don't get pussy. That's why they come online.
It's literally statistically proven they actually do not.
That's why they come online and buy pictures of girls shaking their ass. Because see, when I was growing up, we didn't buy pictures of girls. We fucked girls. These dudes today, they scared of girls. That's why they don't get trimmed. So what do? www.onlyfans.com. That's where they go. Because they're pussies.
Tier 3 subs.
They're pussies.
It was crazy. Some of them that are some of these girls don't even get naked. Why are you showing to a girl that's not getting naked for you? What are you getting out of that?
You could take that same tier 3 money and go down the street to the local prostitute and have actual sex. But instead, you would rather give it to a girl on the internet because you're a fucking loser. See, these dudes are losers. If you giving your money to a girl on the internet who ain't giving shit to you, like that little Tay girl,
I saw
made $1 million on her first day.
Barely turning 18. Yep.
That's because men are losers today. That's why I have less respect for men today, and I don't call them men. I call them males because they have male body parts, but they're not men. And it's because of shit like that. Who the hell sitting around waiting for this girl to turn 18 except a weird creep?
Same thing with that Bob Batty chick that was the
Bad Baby. Yeah, that's shit.
And these women are like literally like that bad. If anybody had seen that Dr. Phil episode, you knew that chick was destined to do OnlyFans because you knew she had no fucking brains.
The problem is also these are just average girls. If it wasn't for OnlyFans, they would be working at McDonald's.
Or they'd be at Walmart, they would get you something off the shelf.
I'm not going to pay that kind of money to see an average chick put on a bathing suit or whatever the hell it is they do.
They are on average like 4 out of 10s, 3 out of 10. Being honest.
Yeah, like I wouldn't even look twice at one of these girls in the real world, but they go online, put on a bunch of makeup, put a bunch of filters up, and now all of a sudden they're worth $1 million. Man, get out of here.
See, one of them makes $76 million just doing dance. Who pay? I have to know. That's why sometimes I lose more respect for men than women, because women are trash too. But men be like, who pays for that? If you're
I
paying,
don't blame the women at all. I blame the men, because unless somebody puts a gun to your head and makes you purchase a subscription, it's your fault. If I put something online that was irresistible to you and you bought it, you can't get mad at me because you bought it.
right?
And the thing is with Sophie Rain, she is, and I'm just going off what people think, she is considered as close to a perfect 10 as you can get. That's the reason why so many dudes are in love with her. Because they consider her a perfect 10, not just a 9 or a 10, but they consider her a perfect 10.
She is better looking. She's not even the best girl on her team.
There's better looking. I'm just going on what they say
crazy?
about her.
An average looking girl that's not even as good looking as her friends. That's crazy.
Well, look at Pokimane. Everybody thought she was beautiful until that picture came out of her without her makeup on.
Well, I remember Pokemon from the League of Legends. I know, she even said the N word. Why don't people call Pokemon racist? She said I don't care if you said the N word. I literally don't care. It's just a word. I ain't gonna get bothered if you tell me that. I don't care. But this is the scene of liberal people that are in Pokemon scene. Pokemon said the N word. Why is she not canceled by your guys' logic? No, well, she's a girl. She needs to get away with anything.
Because when a bunch of people want to fuck you, they don't care what you say.
They don't care, right? Yeah.
Yeah. When you're streaming and you got 20,000 guys in your chat literally giving you their fucking rent money and they're in love with you, they don't care what you say. And that's just the truth. And that's why I don't blame the women. I've always blamed the men, because it's your fault.
They're the ones supplying the money for it to happen in general.
OnlyFans came about because there are a bunch of lonely losers on the internet. That's how OnlyFans was created. This guy looked at the market and said, damn, there's a lot of guys online watching these Twitch girls, watching these girls do twerking and all this stupid shit. What if I built a website where they could do just a little bit more than that and people would pay for it?
Yep.
Why you think all them girls on Twitch got their OnlyFans in their bio and it's always in their chat? Because they're trying to get you off of Twitch and go get you to OnlyFans.
Because they make more money off OnlyFans. Yep. Yeah. Same thing with Fansly. That the guy that actually made OnlyFans, you got to give him credit. That's $1 billion idea. Basically, looking at how lonely and pathetic most dudes are and making money off them. Sounds like a guy did to me. And keep in mind, there's been multiple statistics to prove that dudes are not moving out of their parents' house. They don't interact with women. Now, you could also argue the fact that the quality of women has gone down too. That's debatable too.
Well, I got into a long debate about this the other day.
What happened, man?
I've always believed that if you are a grown man and you in your mom's house, you're a pathetic piece of garbage. And I was hit with this. Oh, well, everything's more expensive now and blah. I don't care. You're a man. Get your ass out your mama's house. And most of the people online, most of these trolls, they live with their parents. They can't even afford to get online and using their mom's Wi-Fi.
They can't even afford their own cell phone bill.
They're pathetic. These people are the worst, lowest form of humanity that ever exists. And when these people come online and try to shit talk me, I laugh. Because I'm thinking to myself, I got a house, cars, family, a business. You live in your mother's crib and you have to take out the trash every couple of days just so you'll have a place to live. Get the fuck off the internet.
It's reversed as well, dude, because back in the day, I don't know how your parents were. I don't know if you had your dad or mom, whatever, but that wasn't a mindset to them to get out of the house. People didn't care how expensive it was. They just wanted to leave their parents' house to do their own
I was out at 15.
Right, at 15. Okay. Yeah, and you didn't care how expensive it was. You just wanted to get it done.
Because I grew up in an era where we did not want to live with our parents. I'm sorry, but I love my mom, but my mom is uber religious, and I don't want to live in some grown woman's house.
Catholic religious or regular Christian?
She's a Southern Baptist.
Oh, good Lord.
And this is the way I look at it. Honestly, I feel like you disrespecting your parents if you're an adult and you're in their house, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you have elderly parents, 60s, 70s, who done retired, and they have to wake up every day and feed your sorry ass, you're disrespecting them. They earned their retirement. They earned the right to not be taking care of a grown person. And if you're still living in their house, you're bringing a strain on their finances, because old people only get so much money to live off of each month. Not every old person is rich.
Yeah, because we know Social Security is fucking, that shit's fucked. That shit's
Yeah.
done.
So your mom or dad living off Social Security can't take care of another adult in their home, and here your sorry ass come. Hey, mom, I'm a loser again. Is my old room still ready? And then you 6'4", sleeping in the same twin size bed you were sleeping in when you were 9.
Got that race car bed ready, man.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Get the fuck out this woman's house. I even play a song on my streams called Get Out That Woman's House. And they hate that song. I even have a remix. You know that the YMCA song?
Oh yeah, I read that. Yep.
I have a remix to it called Why Are You Gay?
But I don't get it, man, because this mindset that just because things are more expensive, that means you just don't live your life. Guys, I don't know who told you this. Things are here's actually the funniest, here's the crazy hard pill to swallow in life. Everything will always go up in value. Things are always going to get more expensive. Your rent, your food bill, your gas bill, all that's going to keep going up. You just need to keep trying to earn more money and live your life. This notion that you should just not do shit because things are going to go up in price is stupid.
Then all you got to do is get a roommate or get a girlfriend and y'all split the fucking bills, or do like the Mexicans. They have 5 or 6 people living in one house.
Yeah,
everybody chip in.
California, where I lived, and got 8 motherfuckers in that shit.
Yeah, everybody chip in, and the bills are easy to pay that way. The more people putting in the pot, it's easier, and everybody still has spending money afterwards because there's so many people putting into the pot. Like I've seen young people live in a big house, and it's like 4 of them splitting a gigantic house.
Yeah,
and the bill, so they can do it. They just choose not to. It's easier to just go to your mom and dad and beg them for your old room back than it is to actually get out there.
Same thing, like you said, what black people do. It's easier to blame the system than blame yourself. It's more easier to be like, no, it's the economy's fault. The reason why I've been stuck with my mom for 10 years. What?
Well, you know what? Years. I get called a coon pretty much at least once a day. Because I'm always criticizing the black community because the black community is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and everything is the white man's fault. Everything, well, now everything's Donald Trump's fault. But a lot of the shit they complain about, this stuff been going on since Ronald Reagan. This stuff been going on since Bill Clinton.
Just recently with the whole SNAP EBT benefits. You remember that shit where black people be showing it's so crazy. Back in the day, you said back in the day, people didn't brag about abusing food stamps like this or SNAP.
No, it was actually people hid their food stamps back then because it was shameful back then. When I was growing up, if you were in the food, if you were in the checkout line, and we didn't have the cards back then, we had the actual food stamps that they looked like money. You have to rip them off we had the actual paper stamps. And if you had to pay for your food with those, people looked down on you. It was shameful back then. Now you got videos of
black women
twerking in the TikTok store with $3,000 worth of groceries. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, you don't tell anybody we're doing this. Just keep it on the down low. No one keeps things on the down low anymore. They always got to brag about it on social media. Like those black women bragging on TikTok about abusing taxpayer money, buying all this sugary shit, and they just banned that you can't buy sugary shit on.
You can't buy snack foods. You can't buy like cookies or whatever. Cookies and Coca-Cola and candy. And you know what? Good.
Yeah. Also,
look how fucking fat. Look how fucking fat they are. Look at the black community, how fat black women are.
Because my thing is, if I'm paying for it, then I get to decide what you buy. I'm paying for it. You're not paying for it. If you want to buy what you want to buy, go make your own money then.
If you want to control your life, then you can't get anything from the government. See, the government will give you just enough to live where they want you to live, just enough to buy what they want you to buy. I've been telling people this for years. People that live in the projects, it's because the government gives them just enough to afford the projects. It's literally a way of segregating poor black people. And that's why when these women get these welfare checks, they can just barely afford to live in the shittiest areas because they want to keep your ass in those areas. They don't want you moving to the suburbs. They don't want you disrupting the good neighborhoods. I already said it like this. I said, if I look outside and my next door neighbor and there's an Impala sitting in a driveway with rims on it, there's going to be a fucking U-Haul truck in my driveway the next morning. I'm not living around no thugs. I'm not living around no niggas.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
And keep in mind, all these black women saying, "Oh, the government should be controlling it." You're not even like the average. Isn't the average black woman like over 200 pounds? They're not
Well,
using
yeah,
EBT and food stamps the right
the
way anyway.
the average black man is 5'9", 180 pounds. The average black woman is 5'2", 220 pounds. That's the country average across from Maine all the way to California. That's the average.
And they wonder why they're not desirable, these women. Who wants a
everybody asks the same
woman?
question. How is it that black women across the board in every state are heavier than black men? And why are they're more masculine than black men? Who you see out in the streets fighting the most now? Black men or women?
Black women. Yeah.
It's the women. They out there throwing blows like Floyd Mayweather. And that's why I don't deal with them. I stopped dating black women I don't know, 30 years ago.
Dude, we had a tier list of ethnicity of women. All of us ranked black women at the bottom. Why in the world would you? I mean, the average. I would say respectful to my mom. You put them in D tier, but like the average black woman you've ever been interacted with, I'm not saying your wife or anything. Like the ones that were like really ghetto. Why would you not put them in the bottom?
Well, go look up any date. Go to any dating website, and actually look up the statistics of those sites. The two groups of people that don't get dates are Asian men and black women.
That's true.
They're the two lowest tier on every single dating site in America.
No one wants to do with black women. It's just harsh reality.
The reason why Asian men don't get dates is because they're considered small and feminine, which a lot of them are. That's why so many Asian men over there passing for girls, because they literally little small motherfuckers. And to a lot of women, they just don't seem manly enough. And black women are single because they ghetto and ratchet, and nobody wants to deal with fake hair. Yeah, fake hair, they're not fake feminine. Eyelashes.
Yeah.
And
they don't talk properly.
That fucking hair stinks.
I think they stink in general. I think their breasts stink. They don't take showers. The hair. I understand. I got hair myself. I know how to deal with it. But
I always ask the question. You know the ones that get them long ass, sharp ass claws.
Yeah.
How do you wipe your ass when you got those on? That's why their asses be funky all the time.
Because when you got showers,
you got them long, sharp ass claws on. You can't wipe your ass. And then when you go get these BBLs, you really can't wipe them.
They don't respect authority. They're not feminine enough. They don't even talk. They say axe instead of ask, bruh.
Or they say ambulance. Yeah. Don't forget that one.
I imagine, I'm just a guess, most of your clientele is white, Mexican people, just in general? Because black people can afford that shit.
I have corporate contracts. I do business with Longhorn, Red Lobster, Chili's, Little Caesars. All my contracts are corporate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I deal with the biggest restaurants in the country.
The best thing you can do is budget. I don't make a shit ton of money, but I make my bills work because I budget correctly. Ratchets and Inns are not black people. They literally ruin everything. Like Jasmine Crockett, she's like, "Why am I losing my seat? Because you're trash. You're literally garbage."
Here's the thing. That's why I created the series called Chicago City, where I talk about what my plans are when I become a United States Senator. Because I'm gonna run for United States Senate, and my campaign literally is going to be no more niggas. That's what I'm gonna run on. And I'm gonna win because all I gotta do is to say, "Hey, you tired of these motherfuckers acting like this?"
Would you call it black fatigue now?
Well, it's not black fatigue, it's nigga fatigue. Because not all black people are acting like this. It's the small percentage of these fucking outliers. Have you ever seen the movie, the vampire movie Daybreakers?
I heard of it.
Well, in this vampire movie, the whole world had been turned into vampires because everybody was afraid of dying. Everybody wanted to live forever. The problem is everybody turned into vampires. There was only a small percentage of humans left, and all these vampires were running out of blood. They would run out of blood to drink. And when they don't get enough blood, they turn into this pharaoh version of a vampire, where their ears get long and pointy. They start growing wings. But the vampires that live on the surface are just regular vampires. They go to work. The ones that live in the sewers are called the subsiders. These are the ones that have transformed because they haven't gotten enough blood. So they've turned into full bat creatures. That's how I look at the black community. You got us regular ones on the surface, and then you got these ones in the sewer that keep doing all this shit. They the reason you get fucking followed in Walmart. They the reason you get pulled over for no fucking reason by Barney Fife.
Yeah, they're the reason why the crime statistics are as high as they are, because you know the per capita thing, like the average black dude is in jail causing crime. Why do you think that is?
7% of the population is responsible for 53% of the violent crime,
and most of that's black men. Most of that's black.
Well,
dudes.
that the 7% is black men. There's our population in America is only 12.7%. It's not even 13% anymore.
But it's crazy that 12% is me doing all this crime. That's crazy.
Well, no, it's not 12%. Once you get that, the 12% is the black population in America.
Yeah.
The 7% are the black men that are committing the crime.
That's crazy.
So it's not even the whole 12% that's doing it. It's just that 7% that they're the ones that are robbing, stealing, killing, doing all the stuff they're doing. Mm-hmm. And it reflects on all of us. That's why if you walk down the sidewalk and a white lady's head towards you, she grabs her purse and she crosses the street.
I understand her. I don't even get mad at that. It's not because of you.
I understand it. It's because of Pookie and Ray Ray.
Yeah. Shibuchi and Shanae cause them. My goodness. Yeah.
They the reason.
And I understand it too. Like, dude, I do a certain black people that look that way. I do that too. I'll literally walk around the other street so I don't have to interact with these people.
Yeah, I avoid them. I avoid them. Like I live in a very, very upscale, rich white neighborhood.
All my neighbors are. That? Do you think it's because these black men didn't have dads in their life? A lot of people think it's because they didn't have a father figure, which is probably the.
Well, that has a lot to do with it because you got a bunch of ratchet black women raising these dudes. Yeah. See, that's why black men are hyper emotional because they're being taught to be emotional by emotional women.
Yeah.
If you have a dad, what your dad does is he curbs that emotion. That's what dads do. That's our job. That's why dads are logical, rational, reasonable. That's why moms are the emotional ones. Dads are there to cool or chill the emotion and just get to the point. That's what dad, like me, my sons, I'm here for them. They don't have these issues that a lot of these dudes have because I'm here to teach them. You know, a lot of guys, I didn't have it. My dad was in and out. I think, maybe 5 or 6 times in my life, I actually saw my dad.
I didn't have
one. And one of those times was his funeral. So,
damn.
Yeah, I didn't have that, growing up. That's why I
barely saw my dad. I only saw him twice. That's it.
That's why I'm so dedicated to my sons because black men literally are not there. The black community is really just a bunch of black women and children. There are hardly any men there anymore.
And then more than half of because it's 12%, more than half of them are committing crimes. That's more than half of the percentage of the black men committing all that crime. And then people want to blame it on like systemic racism. No one has a gun in these people's heads telling them to commit crime.
Well, I look at it like this. You can say whatever you want. You can blame anybody that you want, but your ass the one going to jail for it.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you blame.
Yeah.
You the one wearing the chains. That's the way I look at things. So that's what it is.
Yeah. As we wrap it up here, I know you guys to go do some other things. You got to stream and shit. Last few things I'll ask you, man, is there anything else you wanted to say about the Rumble situation before we head out? Anything else you wanted that you hadn't got a chance to say that you probably thought of that you didn't get a chance to go over?
No, I just think people who have an option should abandon it. Like me, I have an option. I can stream on Twitch or my website. Either way, I have places to go. And I'm going to finish out this last little, because like I said, I'm almost done with it anyway. I'm going to get my last little payout from Rumble. And then I'm going to take down all my content. I'm going to blank out them channels and then I'm gone. And the reason I'm going to take down all the content, because if I leave it up, then people will keep going there to watch it instead of coming over to Twitch.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, man. I think people understand when it comes to Rumble, all that community bullshit everyone keeps talking about, only a select few people that they pick get to have those viewers.
If the Rumble ambassadors.
Yeah, if you're someone that they don't like, no features, no raids, nothing. You're just fucking out to dry.
Well, somebody in my Discord server, Mega Man, he said it's kind of strange. You got more views, more streaming hours, more everything than the first time, but you only got $400 this time. He said he thinks it's because I've been publicly calling out Rumble. Because I've been like, there are public streams of me destroying Rumble, and I've been doing it on X, and he thinks that might be why I didn't get what I actually earned. And I don't even want to be associated with a platform that's that damn petty.
Yeah.
If you can't take criticism, you gotta dock money out of my pocket because I criticize you. Fuck you.
How's that no different from YouTube demonetizing?
I'm gonna be on Twitch tomorrow, Saturday. I'm gonna be on Twitch all week next week. I'm not touching Rumble. I did a stream today on Rumble because honestly, I was just bored. And I just said, you know what, screw it. But it's gonna be all Twitch next week. I ain't thinking about Rumble.
Yeah, as I said on Twitter myself, Rumble is worthless. I don't even care if it grows or if it doesn't. I literally don't give a fuck, honestly. I just hate when people tell me bullshit like, oh, no, it's your fault. You're not pushing yourself. How am I not pushing myself? It's a third destination on StreamYard. We stream there every day of the week. I hate when people say that bullshit. Oh, you're not pushing yourself. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, that's just, oh, God. Man, people love their gaslighting bullshit these days. But the last thing I'll ask you, man, is do you have, oh, sorry, two things. First thing, do you have anything? Oh, no, you already said it anyway. That's fine. So last thing is, do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before we head out?
Nope. I don't shout out people because fuck them. You got to build your audience up the way I did. I started from the bottom down here. So look, it's like I told Colt, you know, I said, hey, I don't mind coming on stream or whatever, this, that, and the other. But the other day he posted the link to his stream that I wasn't on in the server. And I had somebody delete it. And I told him, I said, you don't just because you join my server don't mean you just get to promote your shit in here. The stream I was on is fine. But now you trying to promote some other shit I ain't a part of. No, we ain't doing that. We don't play that around here.
Yeah.
If I'm a part of it, then yes, you can promote it. I don't care because I'm a part of it. Right. But I'm not. I went through a terrible past with a bunch of guys that used to follow me who used my name to come up, and I don't do that stuff no more because of that. Had a lot of guys stab me in the back after using my name to get clicks and to come up. They stabbed me in the back. So ever since then, I stopped helping people.
Yeah, and that's something people got to learn on the internet. Is like, I'm not saying Colt do this. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. But it's just when you have these things happen to you, you just second guess shit because I literally just had that happen not too long ago. People just would fucking backstab and talk behind your back and all. It's like, what the fuck? I thought we were all just cool. We may making content. No, but people are always gonna act in their best interest. When it
the
comes
last
to
thing I'll say about Rumble is don't fall for this community who cares bullshit. It's a lie. They are very racist. They say a lot of racist ass shit. They tell a lot of lies, and there's only a small handful of people at the top of this partner program who actually getting consistent money. And all of them, if you go to their X bio, it says Rumble Ambassador in their bio. Those are the only ones that are actually getting paid. Everybody else getting fucked.
They're getting all the features so that their shit's always being seen.
Well, here's why. They claim that they're trying out these features first before they give them to the rest of us. These motherfuckers got shit on their channel that none of us have yet. They've been trying out these features for 2 years. We ain't never getting that shit. It's a lie. So I just let everybody in my server. I just let everybody in my server know that I'm gonna be doing Twitch the rest of this week, and I'm gonna be on Twitch all the next week, and my website. I'm not fucking touching Rumble. It can just sit and spin. I don't care.
Hell yeah, man. Also, congrats on your success after what had happened. Glad you're able to get to where you are at in life. You know, it's good to see another black man doing all that because, you know, there needs to be more of that happening. That needs to be on the front. Imagine what Rumble could do for you. Black guy doing all this shit, making it look good. But no, they have to promote people that just suck on their fucking ass. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. I'm never going to get promoted on there. I don't even care, though.
Me neither. Yeah, that platform's worthless. So, yeah. I'll say thank you for coming on again. Hopefully we'll be able to do this again in a year or two. Have some other shit happen. We'll go over. It was great talking to you, man. Hopefully
all right, man. I'll catch up with you.